Then comes the final scenario, scenario number 4, where we wanted to delete the particular permission set. Now there is a permission set that you have deployed till production org. The permission set was being taken into utilization before, maybe for example it was being utilized, but later on business identified that okay, uh, this is not needed, there is no longer need of this permission set. Then you have got a user story where you need to delete the permission set. How you are going to do this? Now there is a prerequisite for this. There are two scenarios basically. Number one scenario, the permission set is available all the way till production org. Number two scenario, where the permission set is only available till certain environment, for example till integration environment. The permission set is not available into the production. So how you are going to do this? Number one scenario is going to be straightforward, and number two is something that you need to basically follow the same process that we have been seeing by changing the base branch. What we will do is, again, we have to create a new user story. So let's go to the user story, create new user story. User story is ready. Now we need to go to the developer org and we need to delete this permission set. So let's go ahead and delete the permission set. Once the permission set is deleted, get back to your user story, click on commit changes, and then what you have to do is you have to basically click on get changes. If you click on get changes, this is going to give you the changes, and it will also give you that project tracker permission set has been deleted. This is the one way that you could get the deleted item. Or if you click on deleted metadata, then it is going to give you the metadata which you have deleted. So this is the best button to utilize while you are working with the delete operation. So you select this delete and you click on commit changes. Now as this permission set is not available all the way till production, then what you need to do is you need to change the base branch, and base branch is again going to be feature 27, because 27 is the original user story where we have created the permission set. And then you can click on commit. Now I am going to leave this here because I want you to do, and what you need to do, whatever the three permission sets, whatever 3 or 4 user stories which we have created. So this is the user story starting from 27 to 30, right? First deploy 27 all the way till production, deploy 28 all the way till production, then deploy 29 all the way till production. Make sure once you deploy these user stories, you also need to make sure you are verifying the changes, and then you come back to the user story 30, whatever the number that you get in your org, and then commit the changes without changing the base branch. One more important thing that you need to keep in mind is that if you are giving the permission set to the permission for the specific object or field, make sure that those objects and fields are also available in production. If those are not available, maybe those are part of certain additional user stories, then you must need to deploy those user stories first till the production environment, and then you need to deploy the user story related to permission set. Now coming back to this permission new user story that we have created, I am going to commit by changing the base branch of the user story, but I will highly recommend you go ahead and follow the process that I have discussed. So let's go ahead and click on commit changes again, click on deleted metadata, select your permission set, commit changes, change base branch, and we will say feature user story 27. Click on commit. Now this delete operation we are also going to cover in an additional video where we will talk about how you work with destructive changes. But as we are talking about permission set commit operations, this was also needed to discuss. New feature branch for this user story will be created, and we will also see that how it is going to look like into the feature branch. Okay, now the commit has been completed. Let's get back to the feature branch, go to the code and open the feature branch, go to the latest commit. Now you will see here the red minus sign is telling you that you have deleted this permission set. But if you try to deploy this all the way to the different environment, you might get error because the permission set is not available all the way till production. That is why I have recommended you to first deploy these user stories till production one by one, like 26 first, 27, 28, 29, 30, like that. And if needed, then deploy the related objects and fields as well. These are the 4 different scenarios related to how you commit the changes related to the permission set and how you deploy the changes to the permission set. For example, if I want to deploy the permission set related to project tracker, which is going to be user story number 27, because we have already committed and it is already deployed till integration environment. If you go to the environment by clicking on open org, then what we are going to see is there will be a permission set which will already be available inside the integration environment, and we will also see that all the permissions are already given to the required objects. So let's go to the, we are there inside the integration sandbox. Go to the setup, search for permission set, find the permission set that is project tracker. It starts with letter P. Open the permission set and then click on object settings. Then find your object that is going to be project, and see here these are the permissions that we have given. And if you want to open both of the objects, you can open those and you will see that all the permissions related to the fields has also been given over here. Now once you verify to the integration environment, you can get back to your user story and deploy it to the higher environment like QA, then UAT, then staging and production.